Howdy everyone, today is October 8th. It looks like the chickens are enjoying their new mats. Just a little bit of straw in there. I still haven't changed out this nesting box yet because they always build that one up so nice. As soon as they start kicking it out, I'll go ahead and put the mat under there. Annie is looking a little more alert today. She wasn't half asleep when I walked in. She's still standing up, still kind of looking around, but definitely not in the clear yet, but hopefully she can get out and enjoy some sunshine. What is going on, chicks? Ah, that's what it was. It didn't quite look like a hawk. That was pretty quick though. The thing's over here terrorizing you, isn't it? The chicks just all of a sudden got loud while I was over there messing with Annie, and then I walked over here and that bird was kind of hiding around back. You poor things. It's currently 56 degrees out and sunny. The beehive isn't exactly in the sun right now, but it's warm enough. There's no wind. I'm gonna go ahead and get in the beehive and just dust everybody real quick. I doubt they're gonna be really clumped up too tight at this point. There's still bees flying around, but it'll be a really quick in and out. I might pull a frame, we'll see. So this hive inspection, cracked open the top, feeder was empty. That's what's laying over here on the edge. So I pulled that off and there was a ton of moisture underneath it and it's starting to drip down through the hive, and that is really bad because the bees get in there, they make a cluster, they get really warm, so there's a lot of condensation that'll build up, and that moisture that collects up top will start dripping down on the bees and it'll make them really cold, hard to stay warm, and that can kill a colony pretty quick. So I took the feeder off and I just put a regular inner cover so they can kind of come and go there. The top box, or the top deep, which is that one right there, I tried to pull a frame out and the frame actually popped, so I need to re-nail that one. There were 2 or 3 frames that I nailed differently than the rest that probably weren't going to hold as well as others, and that was one of them, so that one popped. I wasn't really able to get anything out of the top box, so I gave up on that, went down to that bottom deep, and the bees weren't real happy, but I was able to pull a frame up, a couple frames. That bottom box is light. It's been pretty light all year, really. I didn't see much of anything in there, but at least they do still have a full honey super up top, so they have plenty of food. There's just not a lot of extra resources, at least in that bottom deep. So it was a decent inspection. I made it really quick. The yellow jackets are still hanging around, so I'm going to sit there and smash them a little longer. Howdy y'all, today is October 9th and I'm on the road heading up to Tractor Supply. I got a lot of stuff I need to get. I'm trying to solve a couple issues today. One is getting an electric fence going around the chicken coop, so that way that gets rid of my dog issues, and I can clean the coop up so it doesn't look so trashy, and just a bunch of other things. So hopefully I'll be able to fit everything in my car. Okay guys, I went with a solar fence energizer. I went with the smallest one they had, which was the 2 mile. They also had a plug-in 2 mile, but I was slightly worried about putting too much load on that circuit with the heat lamp on there as well. So played it safe and got this, even though the coop is kind of in a shady spot. I figure I'm gonna go ahead and let it start powering up a little bit, and then I'll start working on the fence and getting it ready to go. So the next thing I got at Tractor Supply was this nutritional little supplement. Gonna give it to Annie. Hopefully that'll help her out. I've been throwing some probiotics into her food, but I'm gonna go ahead and give her some of this as well. But today she's kind of about the same. At least she looked at me when I opened the coop up. Seems a little alert, but still about the same. Well, she's liking that sun, you guys. Sun herself a little bit. All right, I'm gonna get this little dropper here ready. It looks delicious. I don't know if it tastes bad or not. Hopefully it's not too gross for her sake. You can put it in their water or just feed it directly. I'm gonna go ahead and just put a little on her beak, see what she does. Just gonna hope the chickens don't knock that bottle over. Another thing I got from Tractor Supply were these step-in posts. Honestly, I hate these things coming from my cattle experience, because the cows just tear these up, knock them right over, just because they can. But I think these will work just fine for my application here. Since they're already insulated, so I don't have to buy insulators, makes it nice. Step-in should be pretty easy. This is kind of small. We should be good to go. That Energizer has to charge for 3 days before I can use it, so it's kind of a bummer. I do have a 5-mile fence Energizer, but I feel like that's just a little too much, and it is a plug-in, which I'm also concerned about having a plug-in out here. So I think it should work. If not, we'll look at something else, but I love working with electric fence. This isn't a really big project or anything, but electric fence has just always been fun. Another Tractor Supply grab was a bunch of shavings. So I got a few bags of those. I'm gonna go ahead and spread one around in the chick coop. Chicks did a really nice job of spreading that bag out. Good job. My bees are attacking a yellow jacket right there. They kicked him out good. A lot of bees flying around right now. I think it's an orientation flight going there. I like my canna off. I don't use it, but it fits really well to kind of hold up that piece of wood, so that's why it's there. Howdy y'all, today is October 10th. I was actually out this morning doing a little bit with the bees. I took their feeder off on Saturday for a couple reasons. One, I needed to clean it out because it was getting some black mold in the top. Definitely don't want my bees sucking anything that stuff down. Also, I took it off because underneath the feeder there was a lot of condensation building up. So we've had some pretty cold nights, so the bees are clustering up, generating heat, and you have that cool water that's sitting on top of them, so it just created some condensation. So I took it off for those two reasons. I let the hive kind of air out for a few days, and then I got this all cleaned out this morning, so it's good to go. So I'm going to go ahead and pop it back on the hive. All right, the feeder is clean and full, so the bees are definitely going to enjoy that. Today is October 11th. I just got Annie out of the cage. She's drinking water good, not real into eating, but water's definitely an important thing. She's just losing a lot of weight, which isn't good. But other than that, there's not really too much new to report. So I made some pretty good progress with Annie, I think. I couldn't really get her to eat anything. I was kind of racking my brain on what potentially she might want. In general, chickens seem to like wet, shiny specks, you know, things along that nature. I was also wanting something that was high calorie too. Applesauce doesn't have many calories, and she really needs them because she's losing some weight. So sat there thinking, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna crack an egg open. So I cracked a little hole, and then she went straight for it. I kept kind of chiseling it out more and more, so it kind of created a little bowl for her, and she sat there and worked through it. She ate nearly all of it, which is fantastic. So I'm really glad that I was able to get her to eat something. Hopefully that'll make her feel a little better. I'm always kind of holding my breath when I walk out here anymore, hoping to see her doing all right. So at least she ate something. She's still drinking really good. About the best I can do. Can't believe that the chicken's treat ball finally resurfaced. That had been missing for quite a while. You guys remember what that is, don't you? Let me fill it up for you. Hey guys, today is October 12th. We've been getting some good rain today, which is nice. I didn't do much recording earlier today. It's a little too down. Went out to the coop and checked on the chickens. Annie was not doing very well. I'd be surprised if she's still with us at this point. I haven't gone out to look. I probably won't go out tonight. I'll just look tomorrow. If she pulls through the night, it would be a miracle, but I don't think she will. So, that poor chicken. I feel bad for her. She was a sweetie. For those that don't know Annie's backstory, I rescued her a couple months ago from a friend's backyard. She'd been hanging out there all summer under a bird feeder, just picking up scraps. She'd get bread every now and then tossed out to her, and she'd been attacked by a dog. So by the time I got her, she was in pretty rough shape, but she pulled through and she was doing great. And then all of a sudden this, so I don't know exactly what happened, but I'm glad that she had a, you know, a good last part of her life. She was a good chicken. But anyway, I'll let you guys know tomorrow if Annie made it or not, but I just don't think she's gonna pull through tonight. So another announcement is a little overshadowed by that, but if you guys were paying attention when I went to Tractor Supply, I picked up another waterer and a feeder, and I'm getting more chicks. So that's the little surprise coming tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow. They were in Minneapolis earlier today. They usually come pretty quick, so I got 20 more chicks, and they should be here hopefully tomorrow morning. And I still got a bunch of chick food I gotta unload from my last trip even. So anyway, a lot going on tomorrow, so I'll update you on all that then. Howdy y'all, today is October 13th, heading out to the coop right now. I've kind of been dreading coming out here all day because I have a feeling I know what I'm gonna find, but let me go see how Annie is. Annie didn't make it. It's kind of what I thought I would find. She was pretty close to the end last night when I was closing the chickens up. It's just the downside of farming, you know. Every animal that I have is gonna die. It's just something you gotta face. Some just hit harder than others though. Annie was a hard one. She was a good chicken. Alright, so everything is taken care of over here. This morning the post office called me about, it was just a smidge after 7, and saying the chicks were here. So my mom actually ran and picked them up. Thank you so much for doing that, Mom. So they're over at my parents' coop, so let's go check them out. There they are, you guys. I got another 20. I did lose 1. So we're at 19. I got all hens. Inevitably, one's gonna end up being a rooster. I made them a little house out of their shipping crate there. They're set with food and water and heat lamp. It's, I think, getting down to 37 tonight, so I have a bunch of bedding bags I'm gonna kind of pile up around them. That way they can kind of snuggle in a little more and stay a little warmer. Howdy y'all, today is October 14th. It's a little chilly today, really breezy. There's still a few brave bees out, just not too many flying around at the moment. Still got some yellow jackets, so I always come armed with my hive tool to kind of smash them. There's one that just kind of landed over there. But trying to get in, actually. So yeah, nothing too crazy with the bees. I don't think I'll be able to get in there on Saturday, but we'll see. Looks like everybody's good here. I did raise their water up maybe 2 days ago because they kept kicking junk in it. I haven't done the food yet just because I ran out of line, but I'll get some more over here. They're getting a lot more friendly, which is nice. They'll come right up to me. Chickens, and that ends another week on the farm.